Welcome to the Sleepy Time Podcast, everyone.
Sleepy Time Podcast.
We're real tired. We're hoping you're real tired too. Tune in, nod off.
Feel free to nod off along.
I saw a blue jay today.
Jesus.
It was nice.
Okay. Hello everyone and welcome to Sort of My Podcast. My name is Vincent Herman, Vin the Human, and sitting to my left,
James Odle, Alpha Spectre.
right across the table from him,
Travis Herman, Dr. T. Neal.
Guys, you can like Sort of My Brand at our Nerd News page, Sort of My Comics on Facebook, follow Sort of My Podcast on Instagram, and subscribe to Sort of My Brand on YouTube. You're listening to this somewhere, whether it's tumble over myself while you're here, go ahead and rate, review, comment, let me know how bad I fucked up just now. And all our personal social media is in the description below. Okay, so alright, we've got a really packed show tonight. We got like a lot to record. We're not going to have much of a moment of banter, but I just want to say this. I think it's really ironic. Just under 2 weeks after we do a live Jenga video, Philip DeFranco's vloggity channel does a live Jenga video as well. Just saying.
It does seem to be more than just a coincidence.
Trending much.
Right? Because, like, who was ever talking about Jenga before we started playing Jenga? We had to build the blocks ourselves just out of memory.
We made it.
We cut down a tree, we shaved the blocks down by hand.
Well, maybe
it took hours.
Billy D there. We're not on his radar at all. Not even a little bit.
Damn. We do have a theme too, though, right?
No, not really. Like, I mean, we're gonna do Christmas comics coming up, but
no.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Bring a little Santa to it all.
Travis is gonna bring a little Christmas to this episode.
Yeah, it'll be a fucking theme if I have to try.
We're having a goddamn Christmas theme.
You're gonna sit back and you're gonna enjoy it.
Alright guys, well we do have one quick topic before we get into those comics. Like some shit kind of got away from us and we just neglected to talk about them. And that is Runaways came out, The Punisher came out, and the Crisis on Earth X crossover happened. We're going to do this non-spoilers, especially because Runaways is still pretty new, Crisis on Earth X just happened, and Travis, you haven't seen any of these.
No, I have not tuned in. I had nothing on those.
Have you watched any of the Runaways yet?
Oh, no, I haven't actually checked
I didn't think so. Well, I'll go ahead and talk about Runaways real quick. And one of the cautionary things I can say is give it about 2 episodes. It's not bad starting out. It's just one of those things that it needs to grow on you a little bit. You need to see how it progresses. Well,
isn't this kind of one of those shows? It's like Runaways hasn't really been that big of a thing with Marvel. Like, they've been around for a while, but who would have thought they would have actually made a Runaways TV show?
You know, with how popular Riverdale is and all the CW,
that's crazy.
Yeah, the variety of CW shows based around teenagers, I feel like it was about time we got a teenager-based superhero TV show. Well, I mean, outside of Smallville, I guess.
I mean, they could have went a more familiar route with something like the Young Avengers, where we would have had like Hulkling.
Yeah, but then they would have to plug that into their MCU. That would just be messy. I think this works out pretty well. Like by the 3rd episode, we're starting to see some of the powers progress. One of the characters actually starts discovering their powers from the 1st episode, but we don't really see the other elements of these characters come to light until around the 3rd episode. Now I'm only 3 episodes in. So I can
sounds like it did better than a lot of shows. You know, you give it the 5 episode. Yep. Vinny says it's a 2-episoder. So
yeah, you gotta give it the 2 episodes.
Only 2.
We're not dealing with an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. here.
You're not gonna like 8.
Yeah,
you know it's a good show.
Buckle down for 10 hours.
Yeah, you know it's a good show when Vinny only takes 1 episode.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think most people should check it out. If you're unaware of what it's about, it's these group of teenagers split up because of the death of one of their friends. kind of drives a wedge in between them. They all grow up into different people, and they come together one night, kind of out of nostalgia, and discover that their parents are super villains. And I use quotes when I say that because some of them aren't inherently evil, some of them come across like totally evil, like it's a mixed bag, but they're super villains nonetheless. And then, you know, we see how it progresses from there. And like I said, I'm only 3 episodes in, they're still like living with their parents. They haven't ran away just yet. So
they're not the runaways yet.
Yeah.
But don't worry. Given the title of the show, it'll happen eventually.
Yeah.
That's going to be the show finale.
They finally ran away.
18 episodes of them
dude,
just living at home with their parents.
Season 12. They fucking ran away, dude.
They ran away. Again, man, it's just like season 1 all over again. Next up is The Punisher, which is mostly about loss. You wouldn't expect this to be, like, you would expect it to be a very violent show. But there is violence. There's plenty of good violence.
Oh, yeah.
But it's mostly about loss. Frank Castle, obviously, you should know the story by now. He loses his family thanks to a mob hit. Well, that's in the comics, not in the show. Actually, can't really talk about how he loses his family because they haven't. It's part of the mystery. Like,
yeah,
what is it that caused him to lose his family?
Like one of the things, I think we're 3 or 4 episodes in. One of the things that we really noticed, like the flashbacks, like they're not your typical like CW flashback where like these flashbacks take up almost half the episode. No. These are like, they're not so much they're dreams.
Yeah,
nightmares.
Yeah, they're dreams, they're nightmares. They're sometimes daydreams, like fabricated happiness and stuff. I'm not like, and not necessarily that he wasn't happy with his family. It's just one of those things. It's just like he's amalgamizing memories at this point.
Like you can tell that things are just meshing together from like happiness to total life destruction.
Yeah. One of the best things, like, if you really need anything to sell you on the show, check out, like, the first 10 minutes of the first episode.
Oh, God,
where he's finishing up his business, where he thinks he's killing the people responsible for the death of his family, and it's full-on Punisher. It's everything you want. Like, I mean, we're talking black-clad trench coat. He's strangling a guy to death in a bathroom stall with his own tie.
Oh my god, that was great.
Oh, it's so great. And that's just one of the variety of things that happens in that. It's one of the more highly rated Marvel Netflix shows right now. It's definitely ranking up there. For me, I think it's my favorite. I don't know.
It's one of the shows I want to watch out of all of them. I've watched Daredevil, and I haven't got to watch like season 2 or anything. So I'm still far behind, but out of most of them, that's one I want to watch.
Yeah, it's pretty great. And
I saw the trailer. That was great.
I think some of those arguments also come out of the fact that it's not like a big picture thing. It's not like a New York's going to be destroyed. It's Frank's story. It's just this guy's story. It's not like the fate of the world is not in his hands.
I mean, when has the fate of the world ever been in Frank Castle's hands?
A couple times. Once or twice.
Who would put the fate of the world in his hands?
I'd say it probably
in the books
on accident.
Oh, shit, we gave it to him again.
Okay. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about, Crisis on Earth X.
Oh, my God.
This is the big CW crossover, and the number one thing I'm going to say about this is WB Studios, your big movie studios, take fucking note. Like, this is how you do it. Like, Jesus. This is what, like... Yeah, right? Man, come on, right? Take note.
Without commercials, this was every bit of about 3 hours of entertainment that focused on
I'd say 3.5-ish. They're about 45 minute episodes.
So
yeah.
So you've got these 4 separate like
groups,
entities, groups that come together to form this team, and saying that like it's not like the Avengers assembling or anything like that. This is like this happens once in a great while, but when it does, it is a massive occasion.
And just in case you're not aware of what the story is focused around, and I don't feel like I'm giving spoilers with the version I'm going to tell you here. our heroes get together for Barry and Iris's wedding, and during the wedding ceremony, they get interrupted by Nazi versions of themselves.
I did not see that coming.
Whoa.
Yeah. Wait a minute, you've seen it. Shut up. Shut up. Anyways, turns
Really?
out the Nazi...
I make a Nazi joke, and you don't even get the joke?
Oh my God. You know, it was a bad joke. It was a bad joke.
You're a bad joke.
That's what my mom keeps telling me. Anyways, these Nazis have come for Supergirl because it turns out their Overgirl is dying of radiation poisoning of some sort. They never really go specifically into why she's dying from that.
Actually,
so that's a little bit of a...
They literally said that she was like Icarus. She flew too close to the sun. And see, what threw me off about that is, how many times has Superman come, right there?
I don't buy it. But anyways, they're here to take Supergirl's heart to give to Overgirl. And we see how it progresses from there. Wow, like... The only thing I could take away from it, if I had to pull some stuff out of this, is that the CW, you know, its superhero shows are known for their drama. Mm-hmm. And when you have 4 shows coming together, then in each episode, you are going to have like a 4 to 5 different scenes all strung right next to each other, all doing almost the exact same thing. It makes it like stick out like a sore thumb. It's bad. So what I would do is I would cut down on the drama just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it is distracting.
Like, there were some things that were a little, like, overplayed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I think you know the one night stand that I'm talking about.
Oh, no. I loved that. That was
like,
great. I like, take out maybe...
When you say one night stand, man,
I think that was sexy. But it was a great element to it. It's just I think I know what you mean now. They could lose like 1 or 2 of the what did I do scenes, and then it is going to make you cry too. That is a definite.
Jesus.
We're not going to tell you when. We're not going to tell you how. But
it happened.
I was crying.
I knew it was coming, and like it broke me.
Well, no, it kind of gives you this little bit of hope.
Yeah,
when you find out like how it's still going on and how it didn't just happen instantly. You've got some hope, but then it
happens, and
some acting chops come out.
Oh my God!
Wow, these guys they earned their Oscars.
They sold it for sure.
But yeah, this is awesome for anyone who loves the CW shows. If you're not watching all of them, it helps to be caught up. It really does. Like Odle's not caught up on Supergirl.
I'm not caught up on. Like, I've watched the first 2 seasons. I haven't started the new season. Like, some things were brought up, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
They did, wait. And within, like, the first 20 minutes of the first episode. And then, but after that, you just kind of, like, you go with it.
It helps to have seen the shows, but anyone can drop in and watch this. Even if you haven't seen any of the shows, I think you can drop in.
I'll eventually be going back and backtracking.
As
eventually,
long as you know
when
the
leisure's there, you know.
Yeah,
when I can.
And I've got the guide up here, like to how to watch it, so you don't get out of sequence.
You're gonna want to watch your Supergirl episode 6.
First thing you want to do. I know it's season 3. But you're going to want to watch Flash Season 3.
Pause it halfway through
then hop all the way back to Arrow. Alright, so let's go ahead and dig into the short box for the reason we have all this wonderful stuff to talk about, and that is comic books. And it looks like first up we've got Klaus and the Crisis in Xmasville. You happy? Spawn number 39. And Travis, you brought Army of Darkness, Ash's Christmas Horror.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's festive.
Hey.
All right, who wants to go first? Travis, you want to take us out since you missed the last episode?
Yeah, nothing like a little chainsaw and eggnog to get you in the spirit here.
Some chain nog.
But yeah, this is a Dynamite one-shot from 2008 that I've had for a good bit. It's nice and girthy, man. It's a good one. It's a good little story. And I love the cover art. It's by Dave Simmons. It's like, even in the background, everything's real detailed and nice. And
like zombie reindeer?
Yeah, everything.
Oh my god, and the Necronomicon's in a Christmas hat.
Yes. I actually made an ornament of this out of salt dough recently, and it looks phenomenal.
That's awesome.
But yeah, this is one I've actually had for a long time. It's a really good one though. It starts off around Christmas time at S-Mart. A sexy elf assistant is interrupted by a possessed fake tree and is attacked by a possessed Santa. The impersonator, that would be at the store. All kinds of kids running around everywhere like snot-nosed brats, and Ash saves the damsel in distress from the Santa impersonator. Whoa. So he saves the store and the girl and everything. Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. Like Santa Claus has 2 heads at one point. Like a whole nother body's coming out. Ash shows up with some sweet shades and 2 guns and is like, I'm here to kick ass and take names. And then he rides the reindeer into Santa Claus's chest. And he saves the store. They give him a chainsaw to hack up all the parts, and then they're all like, yeah, thank you. 1 year later, Ash is asked to be Santa because none of the Santa companies will send anybody anymore because of what happened last year. But Ash declines and heads home claiming to be sick. Angry about classic Christmas movies on TV, Ash goes to bed, slamming his door and knocking the Necronomicon open on the ground.
Okay.
Like he's sitting here watching The Christmas Carol and The Grinch, but it's all the artwork's a little different. Instead of the chipettes, it's we're the Gophers, Zoe, Sally, and all kinds of stuff.
The Grinch is purple.
Yeah. It's the Winch. But yeah, he goes to bed mad about seeing all that Christmas stuff on TV. He's done with it. When he goes to sleep, the Necronomicon consumes all the material on the TV and corrupts Ash's dreams. Oh, there's actually a really good little bit here. I think a little rhyme. It was the night before and all through the room. Not a monster was stirring, not even in the gloom. When the Necronomicon crept, squelched, and lurched for Ash's door, it crawled and skittled up the blankets toward his snore. And deep in the dreams it wrapped its filthy hold, enveloping his mind and letting in the cold. For deep in his sleep, where he thought himself safe, the evil was working and scheming with hate.
Nice.
So, I figured you guys would like that. They put some good work into it. So he wakes up from going to bed just out of nowhere. And there's 3 Christmas spirits standing at the foot of his bed. And they tell Ash that he must go on a journey to change his ways. Because he turned down the Santa position, went home. So Ash is like, okay, just get out of my room. I'm going on the journey. And he goes outside of his house and he turns into claymation. And there's Frosty and 2 elves. And the Frosty claims that there's a bunch of yellow snow on the bottom because the forest animals like the pee and stuff. So, and Ash is being real bossy, shoves the shotgun in Frosty's face, and it's all smashed to bits. So he's wanting to know where the Christmas star is. That's what they call it. And they tell him, he's like, it's right over there. So he walks away, thanks. He travels past the Abominable Snowman, Uville, which is a lot like Whoville.
Nice.
Ebenezer Scrooge, and cursing the Charlie Brown characters here, telling him to stop dancing and putting on plays and everything. He gives up hope on Christmas, but a Christmas spirit comes to him and shows him what it would have been like at S-Mart if he wasn't there last year. A bunch of kids get killed and blood splatter on the window. Yeah. But then the Christmas spirit takes off her hood and it's Linda, his ex-girlfriend who died in the movies and stuff. And he's like, all right, I'll do it. I'll change my ways. She convinced him and everything. Meanwhile, no one wants to fill the Santa shoes at S-Mart. When Ash shows up, he's wearing this leather jacket, looking all super cool, heard you guys need a Santa kind of thing, And so he decides
Where
to
are my ho-ho-hos at?
right. Yeah. So he dons the Superman gear and
What?
Yep. Oh, Superman. Might as well be.
Super Santa.
He dons the Santa gear.
Santa man.
He's the man. He's the man for the job, you know. And then there's a bunch of kids like picking their nose, ready to do it, and ready to sit on his lap and everything. And he saves the store that year. But in the background, you can see bulbs here with like little like evil skulls on them, kind of like glimmering off them. And with the kid getting on her lap, I think the stuffed animal's winking, like it may be possessed. Maybe. So it's like, and I never noticed that both those things the first time.
And this little kid is doing the whole shh.
No, it looks like he's picking his nose.
Yeah, he totally picking
his nose.
Yeah. It's all good. Yeah. With a wink of his eye and a flash of a smile, Santa Ash grinned with delight, and they heard him exclaim to all in the story, "Merry Christmas to all a dismembered deadite." So, yeah. So I brought to the table for Christmas this
that's
year.
A fun one.
Yeah.
Good little thing.
Sounds like an enjoyable little sleigh ride there.
Yeah.
He's not much of a departure from his normal day to day.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's always there's always a damsel. He's always got the one-liners, a bunch of stuff from the movies in general.
All right, Odle, do you want to go next? You want me to go?
I'll bring up the rear.
All right, guys. So my book is Spawn number 39, and this one came out in December, so it is a Christmas issue. Yeah. This one doesn't really have much of a rhyme in the background. But we open up to Christmas Eve in Harlem, New York. Family is having a nice little Christmas snack before the mom has to leave for work. We see that the daughter is kind of upset because she's not getting to go to some party that she wanted to go to. The mom apologizes. She's like, look, I gotta work, you know? Like, I need you to stay here and watch your brother. And now this is the point where I start becoming conflicted with the artwork. The artwork at times is unbearable. Like this panel where they're eating the snack. And then at times, man, this kid is so adorable. Like in this panel right here. Like it fluctuates from like awesome art to adorable art to what
really
the fuck
is
really goofy.
Kind of seems to fluctuate from like 90s Liefeld to not.
Yeah,
I like the panels though; they all look pretty good.
Yeah, we see the mother go to work though, and she's taking on an extra job just to help, you know, provide for her family, make ends meet, because waitressing isn't doing it. She lives in one of the poorest parts of town, and she actually considers herself lucky because there are people in her neighborhood that don't have as much as she does. So we see the daughter is on the phone talking to someone and decides, yeah, I'm going to be there. This boy is asking about me. I'm going. So she puts in Rudolph for the little boy, her brother, whose name is, what is it? Jesus. Greggy, which drives me nuts too. But again,
Greggy?
Yeah, Greggy. Like, anyways, she leaves for the party, and he sits and watches the TV, and watches it over again, and eventually falls asleep, dreaming about, and this is where it gets adorable. He says, little Greggy finds himself lost in a dream world. It's Christmas Day, and hundreds of presents lie beneath the tree. He picks up a big, shiny red box and hands it to his mom. It's from Santa. A huge smile lights up her face. Mommy works so hard, and Santa knows it. And it goes on like that, of him just thinking of other people. Eventually gets to his present too, but he goes through all these other people first. When all of a sudden, there's a loud crunch on his ceiling, and he wakes up, he thinks it's his sister. He goes to look out the window, and he sees people jumping across rooftops. One is in a Santa hat, and he knows it's Santa and his little helpers. Turns out, Santa's here, but it's not the one he wants. It's Spawn. Woo! Yeah, Spawn is taking on these bank robbers. And
with the big red cape and everything, I'm sure it kind of like resembled like, oh, it could be Santa.
So Greggy rushes to go get the cookies and milk. He forgot to put it out before he fell asleep. While he's doing this, Spawn's throwing his chains at these guys, and he's hearing this, thinking that it's the slave
clamor on the roof.
My God.
He's making a comment. He's like, I hope he brought Rudolph. It's foggy out there. He's gonna need that big red nose. And at that very moment, Spawn busts the guy's nose open.
Oh, nice.
He puts out the cookies, rushes to bed, because, you know, he needs to pretend to be asleep. Santa's here. He's not going to get his present.
He's not asleep.
Right? So, Spawn goes on fighting these guys, and then we see Greggy's up again. You forgot the milk. Oh my God. So he goes, they're going to be thirsty. All the cookies. I got to go get the milk. What are you doing?
That's pouring the milk, man.
Okay. I thought you were just testing this out while I was talking. Then he goes to the window to look one more time and says, I better get to bed before... Wow! And he sees what he wants to see, which is Santa and his reindeer, but it's actually Spawn wrapping these guys up in metal and kicking them into the sky. I guess it's not really clear what exactly he's doing, but it looks like Santa and his reindeer. So he goes, it was Santa! And he turns around to check the tree, and because he's counted these presents so many times, he realizes nothing extra has been left. He starts to cry, and then he opens the window because he thinks maybe I can still catch Santa. And he's like, Santa, Rudolph, come back, please, don't go! And then he realizes it's all is lost and that his mom's not going to get her present. And then he looks down and he sees a stack of $20 bills in a band. And he's like, you didn't forget us! Yeah! So he grabs the money and saying, thank you, Santa, thank you. He puts it in a box and wraps it up and then again, it's so fucking adorable. Yeah. And he's like, now I'll put it right here where she can see it. I just can't wait to see Mommy's face. And Nadine's going to have a cow when I tell her I saw Santa and Rudolph. This is so cool. And then the next morning, he gives the present to his mom, and she decides that she's going to keep it. But not because of selfish reasons. She decides to share it with everyone in the building. And she's telling Greggy how proud of him she is. And she says, I want you to do me a favor. Please remember this. Remember today. All the joy in this room is because of you. And he says, and Santa. And she's like, yeah, him too. You see, what you've done is give me a chance to remind us all of what's important in life. Our families, our friends. Never forget to forget those who you care for. And it ends on this really sad note. You think that especially with all the festiveness here, it's like really heartwarming and uplifting, but it does. It ends on a sad note because it says on the next page in a panel of Spawn sitting in what I think is an alley on some sort of makeshift throne. Always find time to be with them. And then another panel showing him looking at a picture of his family which he lost. And never ever desert them in a time of need. That's how you show you care, how people know you love them. He tells her, I'll remember, and then asks her, isn't this the best Christmas ever? And she says, yes it is, son. Yes it is. Not for everybody. Oh. Kiss Spawn. Oh. Yeah. This is a great issue.
That was really fun.
This is a really, really great Christmas issue. Like I said, there are times in the artwork, like this wow. 2-page spread here is just, wow. Spawn looks great, but everything else is just, what the fuck? All right, Odle, your turn to bring up the rear.
Klaus was initially released as a 7-part story, I think.
I think it was 7 and then it got extended to 8, maybe?
Something like that.
Yeah.
2 years ago. It's by Grant Morrison and Dan Mora. And they have a plan to release a one-shot every December.
Which they did last year.
Yeah, last year it was the Witch of Winter, and like it brought into play like Pinocchio and all sorts of really cool shit from really there. Cool. This year it's Klaus and the Crisis in Xmasville, and it's written on here Xmasville, and it's that way for a reason, and they actually for some reason go into that in the book.
There's a whole 6 pages dedicated to it. No.
Yeah, that's why you can't change it then.
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh, whatever.
Stop being so politically correct.
I'm the Scrooge here.
So, I swear to God, that's just going, oh, fuck. So, okay, we start out, it's 1985, there's a family on a road trip, and they're lost. And they find themselves in this town where all of the advertisement signs are for a drink called Pola Cola. Everyone is dressed like Santa Claus. everyone, literally everyone,
In
is
the
dressed
town?
like Santa Claus.
Wow.
And it says, "Welcome to Xmasville, home of Pola-Cola." So they pull in to a gas station to ask for directions, get some snacks. And as the guy goes in, he's slowly surrounded by Santas. He's calling, the guy's calling his mom, letting her know, like, it's Christmas here. There's Santas everywhere. The signs sign said Xmasville. I have to go.
One more time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What is that?
The Santas that are surrounding him, they're like, fit, strong, you'll make a fine Santa.
Dang.
You can join the others for basic training. So they're taking the children, they're taking the mom all from the car, and they don't know what's going on. And then we come down to a panel of a figure shrouded in black with a giant axe telling all of these Santas to march. We forward to what appears to be...
Looks like an English town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a woman saying they missed my birthday dinner. They've never missed it. And she had shot off a flare gun that Klaus gave her back in 1931. She said, you said to use this if I ever needed your help. My family's in trouble. And she plays the voicemail that said that they were in Xmasville. So he goes to leave, and he's walking on the rooftops. He gets in his sleigh that is not led by reindeer, but immortal white wolves.
Oh, man.
Did that happen in previous issues? Okay.
Flash to a different part. We find out what Xmasville actually is. It was a fake town built to order by this guy's dad back in the day, and we see a young business-esque looking man pushing an older man in a wheelchair. It was all made so that Pola-Cola would be bought year-round. It was meant to be like a Disneyland type attraction. And like the young one is trying to get it back up and running, but the old man won't sign over the rights to it. So the young man and I'm assuming his grandfather, they approach a bandstand in the town, and they're discussing the Pola-Cola, the workshop, and all that, saying that, Klaus was real, and the young one's wanting to get it back up and running. He swears he can do it, but the old man basically explains to him that, or they were trading children in exchange for space weapons so that they could rule the world. That was the entire plan.
That's crazy.
Of Xmasville. We trade kids, and in return we get complete ownership of Christmas as a concept.
Of course, how did I not see it before?
And then we see the dark figure once again speaking to them. This evil character has his own, I first saw this and almost thought Lobo.
Yeah, that's
that
what
is
it's like.
Absolutely Lobo.
And the thing is, when you see the guy, you think Lobo even more.
So this is
He's
his
got the
sleigh
mustache
now.
going.
Yeah, essentially. But it seriously looks like Lobo's chopper.
It's Lobo's chopper for sure.
But Klaus shows up in Xmasville, and Lily, his companion wolf, runs off to the chopper, and then we see the figure pick the wolf up and bite its neck.
Jesus.
And he goes on to state that, this is why he is the way he is. He killed it and drank its immortal blood.
You're gonna get way better at this.
Trying to make it a little more merry.
So Klaus is now pissed at the sight of his dead wolf in this guy's hands. And look at the guy.
Oh, yeah.
He even looks very Lobo-esque.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without
It's
the
like
hood
the
on.
Christmas Lobo.
He
Holy shit, the way the mustache is and everything.
That's what I was saying. That mustache.
the eyes. But Klaus charges him and just starts getting the holy hell beat out of him. And he's like, I'm stronger. We're heads and tails of the same coin. And this is where I'm kind of like, is this kind of brought on by the Dark Knight metal stuff? Because he goes on to explain that he's basically from the underbelly, a dark universe.
This is Boom Studios, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is derivative as fuck.
Right?
Yeah. like a Battle Santa book. So just using anything involving Christmas is derivative. Anyways,
Right.
but that's the derivativeness you expect. You don't expect Lobo and Dark Knights of Metal to come in.
Like, the evil Santa was saying, they don't believe in you. They can't believe in you. He sees that this guy's an alien. He has a spaceship. Klaus kicks him in the gut. Guy picks him back up, chucks him. He's like, you won't stick your snout in my business again. And just off with the spaceship. And he hits the ground with a giant thud. We go back to...
Or, no, he hits the ground with such a clatter.
Touche. This is where we finally get the explanation of Xmasville. It's back to the businessman, his father, and they're saying Xmas will belong to us, and I mean Xmas, an all-purpose winter festival, none of that religious rot. So he doesn't want religion being part of Christmas anymore. He just wants it to be a business. And they go on to explain, by criminalizing Santa, like getting rid of the idea of Santa, making Santa the bad guy, they can introduce the Pola-Cola Santa Claus and basically take ownership of Christmas. We go back to Klaus laying in the snow, almost dead, and someone finds him. It's a woman clad in blue, blonde hair. I can't remember her name. Like, I wanted to call her the Winter Valkyrie, but that's not her name, and it says it.
Oh my god, he has a bat cave.
They go to...
He has a Klaus cave.
No.
To workshop.
They go to Grandfather Frost's workshop. But yeah, no.
So Father Time and the Abominable Snowman mashup.
Yeah,
Dinosaur. I was scanning for a giant penny or coin of some kind.
This book makes my brain hurt.
But isn't it pretty?
I like it though. I like some nods.
So he acknowledges that, the portal that brought him there takes time. They can't just launch another one and put him right back face to face with the evil Santa. And he's like, how are you even still here? He's like, because there are a few people that still believe in me. None outside of Russia, but here they still believe. So that they're in Russia. And he goes on to explain he can save the wolf or he can help Klaus, but he can't do both. So Klaus makes the decision.
Okay.
Fuck the wolf, man.
Why? Why can't you do both?
He's giving him ultimatum, bro. You don't want to.
Just cut.
It's to further the plot.
He's feeling kind of bitchy these days.
I could do that, but I really don't want to. So I'm not going to.
Literally, there is no reason stated. So Klaus tells him, save Lily. If I must, I'll fight alone. So Snow Maiden is her name. Says that she's going to go with him. And so Grandfather Frost hands her this staff made out of dream silver made by the Sky People. And they only ever made one.
I have so many questions.
Keep in mind, it's Grant Morrison's, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to be confused about everything.
Some lore there that we're not getting.
So he goes to tend to Lily, shrinks himself down, goes inside her mouth, and, well, that's the end of that. We don't go back to that.
Oh my god.
We assume he dies in the war.
So
it's a bad idea, guys.
So now Snow Maiden and Klaus are about to battle an army of Santas, and as they approach the town, the bad Santa senses his presence and gets pissed. And he's like, the chicken liver giver of gifts. If it's death's embrace ye craves, you've come to the right man, the blood-soaked taker of life. A child's internal monologue is apparently going on through all of this. Snow Maiden goes freeze all the children that are in these stasis pods because they're sucking the imagination out of these children to make their Pola-Cola.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently that's what makes Pola-Cola so good. It's made with imagination.
This tastes like children's imagination.
So Bad Santa's like losing the upper hand. So he turns into a giant fucking werewolf.
Okay.
Might as well.
I mean, why not?
Good
Right?
old Christmas werewolf.
What? Snow Maiden calls him a bad dog and charges him. Gets swatted off to the side. He grabs the staff and breaks it in half. When Klaus is like, Dream Silver, it makes sense. So he grabs the broken staff and stabs him in the chest and kills him. The grandfather is now dying because Bad Santa is dying. Doesn't sign over the rights to Xmasville before he dies. Klaus just picks up the dying werewolf and chucks him off of the same spaceship that he was chucked off of. And we have... It's not a 2-page spread.
It's a good one, though.
Where everything is collapsing into this spaceship, and they have to make a quick getaway. And so he starts saying the names of all the wolves. On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, on Vixen, Comet, Cupid, on Donner, and Blitzen. And the Snow Maiden whispered one word, impossible. And this is all from one of the little girls that grew up, wrote a book about the whole thing, and is reading it to people in a library.
Wow.
And
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, what? That was a wild ending there.
And she's signing books for people. Someone walks up. I have a gift for you. It belonged to your grandmother. It's yours if you ever need me again. She says, my grandma died in 1996. Her name was Kate. And her grandma was who had the flare at the beginning. And it all comes full circle. And now she has the flare gun.
So we'll read about that again in another couple
So,
so
we don't know what happened with Lily the wolf. Grandfather Frost going into her mouth.
It being Grant Morrison, the wolf thing might come back up, but it's...
Well, I guess they have plans for another, 6-issue mini.
This is the weaker of the 3 products that have come out, for sure. And, again, derivative. Unapologetically, absolutely using Lobo, the Batcave. Wow.
It seemed like some pretty good artwork, though, to be honest.
Oh, it looks great.
Yeah, they did really good.
Dan Mora, good job. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and retire these to the short box and get into the news.
It's time for the news, the phone booth news.
That's right, the phone booth. We're getting into the nudes. Nope, no nudes news today. But we are going to try and save the day faster than Deadpool, which gives us about 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Whenever you're ready with the clock there.
Where's my clock?
Hold on.
There's my clock.
Where's my phone booth news? There it is.
Can Christmas this up? I don't think I can.
I don't think I can.
You do you.
Yeah.
And go.
That's just awesome news. This past Friday, now recognized Batman co-creator Bill Finger was honored once again as a Bronx intersection was dubbed Bill Finger Way. In video game news, The Atom releases tomorrow as part of the Fighter Pack 3 DLC for Injustice 2, now available on all platforms. Injustice 2 has also won the Best Fighting Game of the Year award at the Game Awards and nominated for the same accolade from IGN.com. In comics news, writer Gary Duncan confirmed on Twitter that the current run of Guardians of the Galaxy will be ending with issue 150 for a bigger story he pitched to Marvel. Taking the place of the solicited issue 151 in February will be Infinity Countdown Adam Warlock #1 and Infinity Countdown Prime #1. Horror comics fans rejoice. 30 Days of Night returns to IDW December 20th with original writer Steve Niles. In movie news, 20th Century Fox is making its award season push for Logan in multiple categories and released the screenplay on their website for all of you cinephiles out there. Warner Brothers has found its Billy Batson a friend for the upcoming Shazam film. The role of Freddy will be played by its star, Jack Dylan Grazer. The anticipated Hellboy reboot finally has a release date and will hit theaters January 11th, 2019. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Ryan Reynolds has been cast as Detective Pikachu in the live-action Pokemon movie of the same name and intends to bring the character to life through motion capture effects. Yes, this is real. A trailer for the manga-based live-action film A Thai Battle Angel is out, and while I know nothing about the manga, I think this looks spectacular. Disney has found their live-action Mulan in popular Chinese actress Liu Yifei. In TV news, the Season 2 trailer for Jessica Jones released this weekend and further cements Spider-Man's place in the MCU. The next Marvel Netflix installment is coming March 8th, 2018. The first teaser trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is out and boasts a unique animation style, to say the best. The film hits theaters Christmas 2018. Morgan Jones, longtime reoccurring character on The Walking Dead, was revealed on The Talking Dead to be the crossover character for Fear the Walking Dead's 4th season. The popular podcast serial, Welcome to the Night Vale, is being developed by FX for television. I forgot to write some words there. The Sabrina spinoff from Riverdale has moved from the CW to Netflix with a 2-season order as to not conflict with the CW's other upcoming witch series, the reboot of Charmed. The first images of Supernatural's spin-off series Wayward Sisters appeared in a recent issue of Entertainment Weekly. The series' backdoor pilot will be in Supernatural's 10th episode of the 13th season.
That's gonna be cool.
Former WCW and WWE World Heavyweight Champion Bill Goldberg announced on Twitter that he'll be making a 2-episode appearance on the CW's The Flash. The first image of the Titans series and show the first image from the Titans series and show its star, I wrote that like crap, Brendan Thwaites in costume as Robin. The costume seems to take a lot of inspiration from Tim Drake's design, despite the series Robin being Dick Grayson. Something I never knew I wanted was a Ninja Batman fighting a giant Joker mech, but it's coming next year in Batman Ninja. The Japanese anime trailer is available now online. And that's it. Oh my god, we got it right on the button. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Woo. Yeah,
damn.
Right there. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was good news, though.
Yeah, there was so, okay, because I kind of wanted to talk about the
Bill Goldberg better spear somebody.
Oh my god, if he
in the
does
Flash.
not, maybe a good jackhammer. Well, we know for...
He jackhammers him straight out of the Speed Force.
Oh my god. Hey, well... Anytime a wrestler has been on one of these CW shows, they're always a villain. So we can assume Bill Goldberg's probably going to be a villain, which means Barry Allen, you're next.
Nice.
All right, well, the day is saved, which gives us time to cover some more stories, some bigger stories, a couple trailers, and a couple speculations on some movies.
Yeah.
So first thing we're going to talk about, Jurassic World trailer. That shit came out. And waste no time with product placement, that's for sure. Did you see that in the bar scene?
No.
Like, the very first shot, maybe like the second or third shot of the trailer, boom, big Budweiser banner on this, hanging lantern.
Here's our funding.
Yeah. Bryce Dallas Howard's back, Chris Pratt's back, we got B.D. Wong, maybe he's on the IMDb page. First thing, this trailer is weirdly paced. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah.
I feel like it picked up.
It seems like it starts out calm, and then, within, I don't know, what would you say, maybe 30 seconds, just all hell breaks loose?
Well, it's that, I don't blame that so much. I blame the music. Because the first time the theme comes up, it's when the little dinosaur is
running
trying to blend in with all the little toys. And shit, which is cool. And it's it's starting to rise up and stuff, and it's what you want. Yeah. But then it just pops in twice more out of nowhere at a random moment after it's done going bum 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 bum. It's
I liked it.
Weird.
I liked it though. I thought it was pretty good. And it makes it look 10 times better than the first movie, I think.
Really?
The first Jurassic World?
No. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
I think it's going to look better than that one, even.
I have high hopes.
I've got high hopes.
I got high hopes for this one. I really hope it's going to be good. I don't know, this trailer has not sold me. I feel like it gave away the T-Rex moment.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a bummer. I would have loved to have seen that in the theater, without any...
I don't know how the trailer was for the first one, but I remember watching the movie, and when they bring your T-Rex to you, you're hyped. It's great.
Yeah, they didn't show... I don't think they showed the T-Rex at all in the trailer for the first
Not that I can recall.
No.
Yeah, and so when...
And I'm assuming it's the same one.
So when she sparks that flare in that first movie, oh man, you get chills. You're like, oh, here she comes. Oh, fuck yeah. And then the movie ends with the T-Rex on top of the fucking helicopter pad, at the park out in the
just
distance.
Roaring out.
Yeah, that was cool, man. And then boom, they just They just dropped the T-Rex on us. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I can't believe they stole that shit from me.
What else are they going to be able to do? Are they going to bring back the guy who plays it? I don't know if the old guy is still alive. Who plays the old man in the old man?
No, the actor who played Hammond.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's not alive anymore.
Okay.
I can't remember the actor's name right now. But
they are giving us a juicy tidbit, and that's Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Without showing him, or wait, yeah, they did show him.
Yeah, they showed him in the
yeah, you get a couple clips,
and it was like
they're like, we gave him the T-Rex in the first one, we're going to give him Goldblum in the second one.
Well, and I love the fact that he's going on to, because they're in a debate about whether or not they should just let the dinosaurs die off, like on that island, or if they should try to save them.
I really hope they give him a little more extensive dialogue in that scene, though, because the argument that is made in the trailer is not an argument.
They've been here longer than us. Yeah. Y'all fucking
made them. Well, it's not really an argument. It's one of those things where he's like, they've been here longer than us, and if we're not careful, they'll be here after us. Okay, so you saying we should leave them to die? You're saying we should save them? No, he's not making it. He's just saying words.
That's just for the trailer, I'm sure.
Yeah, I really hope he actually makes some sort of concrete argument. Because in the first movie, that's the guy he is. He's like, look, no, wow, you really should have thought this shit out, but you were putting your wallets ahead of your brains, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, so I hope they give him a little better treatment. I hope we see him in more than just that courtroom scene too.
I feel like we will.
With the dinosaurs.
What is the actor who played
the main character?
Yeah, the main character from the first movie. Dr. Sadler.
Yeah.
Or was that the
that was the chick.
That was the chick.
Grant. Dr. Grant.
Yeah, Dr. Grant. There are reports that he has been seen getting out of a limo on set. Like nobody said they've seen him.
That'd be even juicier than Jeff Goldblum, because we already know him.
I don't think they're gonna get either of these guys back on the island, but I do want to see.
Yeah, I would hope that the court and a lot of the right stuff happens before they go on the expedition to go save the dinosaurs. In which having Jeff Goldblum as a part of the team would be great.
I mean,
to go save the dinosaurs.
They've conned both of them back onto the island before.
We can get them again.
Now, they haven't directly gone like 2 and 3 never happened, but they have pretty much been like, yeah, we're not acknowledging Lost World or number 3. It's but it does seem like this is borrowing heavily from Lost World.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least that first half of the movie where they're on the island and InGen is coming in and they're trapping all the dinosaurs. Yeah. There's them who are there to save some dinosaurs, and then there's obviously a military force on this.
Yeah, they're like...
They can either be for or against.
They're doing what happened in Lost World. They're capturing the dinosaurs for...
Which would make a lot of sense, since they were intending to militarize them in Jurassic World. Because that's the company that the guy was working for, was InGen.
Yeah, and he's in this movie, right? That same guy.
He died.
Did he?
Died in the first one, yeah. I think a raptor ate him.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely. Definitely did.
The military guy did.
I was going to say, that would be great,
but
though, if that's
the scientist got away. Like, the scientist...
The one that actually worked for the...
Yeah, no, B.D. Wong, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's going to be coming up in this, too, because, like I said, his name is in the IMDb credits. Yeah. And I think it got revealed forever ago that that was going to be a thing. So, yeah, we're going to see B.D. Wong again. The other thing I wanted to point out from this was there's that moment where Chris Pratt is in front of Blue, not the baby Blue, but, like, and he's like, you know me. And he's sticking his hand out, and then the trailer makes it seem like the raptor freaks out or something, like maybe Chris Pratt's about to get attacked. I don't think so. If you look at the way his neck snaps and his jaw opens, I think he gets attacked.
Well, because
maybe it dies.
Like, Blue's, like, facing him and then turns, like, towards the camera and, like, lunges and
kind of, like, goes a little backwards. But I don't think it really falls down, but, I think Blue gets attacked. I think maybe Blue dies.
No!
Hashtag Blue died. Hashtag you're my girl, Blue.
My favorite scene there, man. My favorite scene is when all that smoke and all that avalanche is coming down.
Oh,
Chris Pratt is running.
With a little
and
orb
the smoke
thing.
devours him. And then, in front of him, his girlfriend. I don't remember her name.
Yeah.
But they end up.
Well, it's Bryce Dallas Howard. I don't remember the character's name.
Yeah, and they're in the pod, and it goes over the cliff and into
the ocean or whatever it is. Yeah.
And you can see more dinosaurs falling in it because they're all running from the avalanche.
Odle, you knew this one right offhand. What was this dinosaur's name?
The Ankylosaurus.
Yeah, when that thing falls in, you're like,
oh, and before that, the reason that they're running, before you see the avalanche, all these like carnivorous even dinosaurs are running after them, and they're like, wait, what's going on? And they run right past them.
Well,
and everybody else
Chris
starts
Pratt
running.
comes out, he's like, run!
Yeah.
Run!
Yeah.
So it's like the carnivorous dinosaurs aren't even worried about the humans around them. They're trying to book it out of there.
It's gonna be a fun movie. Like, I'm not taking that away from it. Like, even if it's not as good as Jurassic World, I still think it's gonna be a fun movie.
Trailer just
high octane shit like that. What we were just talking about. I just think that the trailer is giving away too much, and this is just the first trailer. Man, people cannot wait to just spit trailers out on the lower back of all of us. We get drenched in trailers before we actually.
That's the money trailer right there.
That's the money trailer right there. So yeah, there's at least like 1 or 2 more trailers coming in the future. Yeah. And again, they've already ruined.
We got to July or June.
Yeah, that would have been good to write down, wouldn't it?
It's either June or July.
Yeah, I think it's June or July though, off the top of my head. But anything else you guys want to add into that?
The only other thing I wrote down here was like the rise in Jeff Goldblum roles. Like Thor Ragnarok, and then he's at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and now he's Jeff Goldbooming into Jurassic Park again. So hashtag Jeff Goldbooming.
All right, so I think we're gonna go ahead and jump into our next one here. Now this is the big one. All right, this is the trailer we've been waiting for since Comic-Con, since before Comic-Con, and it's not even the trailer that was at Comic-Con.
Nope, so, not even close.
Yeah, we're talking about the Avengers: Infinity War trailer. This isn't even the culmination, because Avengers 4 is supposed to be like the culmination of the past decade of movies, right? Avengers 4 is supposed to be it. So this is like the hop before the skip and the jump that gets us to the culmination. So what we've got here is a lot of shit thrown at us. It's hard to put together exactly how things are going to progress in this film. But
I know you guys are like, I get what?
You got a theory over here?
Yeah, guys, I know you have a strict policy on no spoilers, but I'm gonna have to ruin this one. I'm gonna ruin the movie.
Okay.
You want to know who dies first in the Infinity War movie?
Peter Parker?
DC.
Easy. Well, okay, not to get too off topic here, but they're doing a DC Films is doing a shakeup. They're replacing their head guy again. They're bringing it like last year. They replaced their head guy, whoever saw the films, because of BVS.
Weren't doing it.
And then this year, they're calling Justice League a failure. They said it needs $700 million to be a success. They're $570 million. They're already writing it off as a failure.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Just because it's not doing well domestically. Overseas, it's doing great.
If I made that much money off a movie, I'd be tripping.
Right? I mean, $10 million off a movie, I'd be tripping. But it's definitely going. I don't even think they're thinking about DC anymore. They're just let the kids play. So here's the first thing from the trailer. One of the first things we see is Tony Stark, and I don't know if he's holding his hand or like what, but his hand is obviously bloody. Maybe it's someone else's hand, but he's upset as fuck. And I'm thinking someone died. And I don't think it was Peter Parker. A lot of people are saying Spider-Man. I
heard there is going to be some people getting killed off.
Oh yeah, they're stripping a few.
Well, there's a lot of speculation out there that they're going to kill off big name people.
Well, there's 2 people you didn't see in the trailer at all. Namely, Hawkeye and Ant-Man.
Okay, now
this is true.
You didn't see Ant-Man in there.
Here's my thing about Hawkeye, and there have been rumors out there, nothing confirmed yet, but it would make sense as to why we don't see Hawkeye is because he's not going to be Hawkeye. There is a lot of rumor, a lot of speculation that this is when he becomes Ronin.
Wait a minute, didn't they already have wasn't Ronin the Guardians of the Galaxy villain?
Like that Ronan, Ronan the Accuser, I think was his name.
Yeah.
No, this is like Ronin, like Japanese Ronin.
Okay.
He looks really cool, and like the first appearance of him has like jumped up in price by like $20-$30
just off of the speculation,
just off of the idea that he's going to be Ronin in this movie.
Wow.
Now
comics are stupid.
The thing about that is usually when stuff like that happens, it's not far off from the truth.
Yeah, but it has been.
Right.
It's not always right. So.
And, you know, like, the price of the first appearance of Deadpool, it jumped by like $100 when the first Deadpool movie was announced.
Yeah.
They killed him off, and then they brought, in the comics, they killed him off, and then they brought out the movie, and then it's like, Deadpool just boomed really around that time.
So it's like,
that death of Deadpool.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like we're not seeing Hawkeye right now.
No.
And in that scene that we talked about, like where it looks like there's some people missing. Yeah, I feel like
the running scene through the jungle.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And we'll get to that scene, but I want to talk more about this. Maybe who died? Like, because I feel like that's what's going on
right off the rip. This is what I wanted to tell you about earlier when they're all giving. At the very beginning, it's a voiceover of them all giving the same speech that Nick Fury gave them. Nick Fury probably died.
Oh, this was actually. It's possible.
Well, they're saying Nick Fury comes back.
Well, Nick Fury is going to be in the Miss Marvel movie, Captain Marvel movie, but that takes place in the 90s, so that doesn't count.
That's backwards,
yeah, so that's a good theory. You notice that in that scene, Stark is wearing the same outfit he's wearing when all the shit's going down, when he's standing there with Doctor Strange and Bruce Banner and all that. And
like a hoodie or whatever.
And so some people have argued that maybe it's Bruce Banner, but that can't be because they've already said that they intend to use him in future movies.
Yeah, he has a three-movie story arc.
Yeah, they got a little arc going. I don't think he would be so torn up over Doctor Strange because, like, zero to no connection there.
As far as what? Like
or maybe the other Benedict.
Like, if
I don't know
Doctor Strange is the one who died in that moment, why would he be that torn up about it?
Nah, I wouldn't see
maybe it's Pepper.
See? Now that's a theory that I've heard.
Or Rhodey.
That. Good job.
It's either Pepper or Rhodey.
Well, I don't think it's Rhodey because
we see the War Machine.
That could be before he died.
Yeah, that could be. But I don't think it's Rhodey because one, we see that scene where you made notice of it while we were watching it, where Thanos punches the Iron Man suit with his regular hand, and it doesn't just fall. It doesn't just go to a knee. It just fucking done face first right into the damn ground.
Yeah.
And before that, it's got its hands up. When has Iron Man ever put his hands up like that? It is possible that this is Pepper Potts in the Iron Man suit, which he has worn in Iron Man 3
I was going to say
before.
either an AI or Rhodey, but Rhodey has his own suit.
Yeah. And why would an AI put its arms up?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, an AI one. Yeah, feel free.
And we've seen weaker people than Thanos just bust those AIs up like
that made me really sad thinking about like Pepper's like, I'm gonna save the Avengers. I'm gonna put on the suit and I'm gonna save them.
And then there's that other moment. And the reason that I don't think it's Peter Parker is because one, we've got a sequel coming.
Yeah, we got
Spider-Man sequel. I don't know if it's gonna be pre-Infinity War or post, but there is that moment where he's laying on his ground. And Tony's over top of him, and he's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Stark. I think he might be talking about Pepper. He couldn't save her.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
So, so we've also got a scene where Banner is working on Veronica, where he's got the arm of the Hulkbuster armor in the background. I think he's outfitting it for the Hulk.
Yeah, no. I think he's going to wear the Hulkbuster suit to avoid turning into the Hulk.
Yes.
Ooh, maybe.
That's what I think.
But if you see how it jumps later, it looks kind of like the Hulk.
But that's how the suit would jump.
That's not how it works in Age of Ultron.
He's also tinkering on it.
So, like...
Yeah, I don't know.
The reason, like, I'm agreeing with you, because remember the statement he made in Thor, where he was like... He doesn't want to Hulk out again because he's afraid that if he does, he'll never the Hulk will have complete control. He'll never be Bruce Banner.
Okay. I think I'm in your camp here with this. Yeah. I think he's outfitting it for himself just to be a little extra muscle.
They're defending Wakanda for some reason in that part where he's wearing the Hulkbuster suit, and that's where he's at. That's
Wakanda, or if that's New York, because wasn't there a city skyline in the background?
Oh, I thought I remember seeing like a bunch of trees and he's in the Hulkbuster.
There was it was a big open field that he's jumping into a bunch of trees, but I think the city skyline was that could have been Wakanda too. I don't know. I didn't look at the skyline too closely.
You guys want to talk about Thanos?
Yeah, let's talk about Thanos. You want to talk about some Thanos?
I told you about 2 Infinity Stones.
Yeah. It starts off with him in we get the first shot of the whole trailer is Xandar. Yeah. So already we get a Guardians of the Galaxy planet. When you see him do the portal, coming out looking like Stone Cold, but about ready to open up a can of whoop ass on the MCU, that's also Xandar.
Give me an infinity, yeah.
Yeah, right? Oh, and all the memes, man. I cannot. The Mythbusters Thanos meme.
I saw the Bruce Willis one.
The Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas one.
And of course the Homer Simpson ones.
Yeah, Homer Simpson.
Yeah, those are the ones that are getting really
circulated. Costume change. What's up with that?
What do you mean? Like downgraded?
He's not wearing the armor and the helmet and stuff.
Well, I think he's supposed to get it later in the movie.
And his color changed throughout all the movies.
Yeah. Like he went from that like super deep purple when it was
blue purple.
And they also recast him like 3 times.
Yeah.
So like I can be a little forgiving.
I mean, there's been multiple times in the comics that he has not been in his armor. Mm-hmm. Like there have been times where he's just in like cloth robes.
You would expect him to show up though as he is.
When he became a farmer,
when he puts on the gauntlet, that's what he's wearing.
When he became a farmer, in the comics, he put the armor on a scarecrow.
Oh, yeah.
That was after Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, there's been times he goes with that. It's usually really an aesthetic thing for him, because just as himself, he's stupid powerful.
Yeah.
Like, so he really doesn't need the armor when he doesn't have the gauntlet.
Like, I know most of the trailer are predominantly CGI Thanos, but you can see one particular scene I'm thinking of in general where it's like practical effects, and it looks really good.
What is that the one where it's like it puts a smile on my face? Oftentimes during war, there's not much room for laughter.
Because it's like it's kind of close up on him. Yeah. That's another thing. He only has those 2 stones. One of them being from Loki's scepter.
Yeah, well,
right?
No, it's the Tesseract. Loki was given the scepter by Thanos.
Yeah.
So, But we see Loki with the Tesseract. I think he's handing it over. And, most people have been saying way before this trailer came out, Loki is probably going to die in this film. And I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to hand over the Tesseract, and then he's going to get smoked for turning on Thanos in the first place.
Well, he's giving you Thanos is going to have the Tesseract. That's what gives him the power when he puts in the Infinity Gauntlet to go on to different planets.
He's going to get the Mind Stone from Vision.
And that's when he shows up on Xandar in that scene to the Guardians of Xandar, because he's going to get the stone from the Nova Corps?
No, he's going to get it from... was it the Nova Corps that ended up with it, or was it the Collector?
No,
because the
Collector opened it. But then they turned it over to the Nova Corps
after they defeated Ronan. Yeah. So the Nova Corps has it. So he's going to take on the Nova Corps because he definitely does have that gem.
Yeah, we're going to see Thanos popping on different planets.
We see Nova actually show up.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be
introduction. Which that'll tie into a later discussion.
Okay. He's also going to he's going to get the Mind Stone. Because we see it being removed
he's taking that from Vision.
He's going to get them all.
What's it, right? He's going to collect them all.
He is going to get them all. And if he doesn't,
one glove to power them all.
Yeah. Right.
So we went from Pokemon to Lord of the Rings, all within a Marvel movie.
Yep. I don't think he's going to get them all by the end of this movie, though.
No.
Oh, no?
I think they've made it very clear that he's not going to be collecting all of the stones in the first movie. And if if for some reason he does, I mean, that would just spell the end of everything.
So do you guys think this might make him one of the main villains for upcoming Marvel movies in between 3 and 4?
I did not know any of that. I thought this was like might have been the end of this like arc. I thought he was gonna get the stones.
Avengers 4 is pretty much the end of this first half of the Marvel universe.
Okay,
and
so we're still going to be doing some Infinity Stones.
What we're going to be talking about later, that's when that starts happening, is after Avengers 4. Yeah. So, yeah, right now it's just the first part. Thanos is going to whoop ass. And
when you said something about Nova, James Gunn said that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will lead into other stories.
Yeah.
And so, like, that could be one of them.
Nova's still a big universe.
Yeah, Nova's a big one.
But, like, honestly, I think Thanos is going to get 3 gems in the first movie. Like, we saw the 2 that he's going to get, one being from the Tesseract, which is Soul.
No hopes of teleportation. some sort.
What? Which one?
The blue gem. Which one is that again?
That's the Soul Gem.
Soul.
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll get the Soul Gem, he'll get the Mind Gem. I think he's going to get the Time Gem.
Yeah, because we're going to have the Doctor.
From Doctor
Strange.
From the Eye of Agamotto.
But that would give him 4 out of the 5.
3 out of 5. So if he gets the Soul...
Because he has the purple one, too.
No, like...
That's the Collectors.
When he turns the...
Or not the Collectors, that's Nova Corps.
Like, when he's turning the gauntlet, he has the purple one on there, I'm pretty sure.
He's got the blue one in the first, and he's got the yellow one in second. And maybe vice versa. He's putting the yellow one in, and that goes in second. That's all he has in there.
I think he's got the purple one.
But, like, the reason I say that is because, like, going back to the scene of, like, Tony with Doctor Strange and Bruce and all that behind him, he's moving. They're all frozen.
Yeah.
So, and if you look, like, that's a Tony from an earlier time because he has an arc reactor in his chest. That's the arc reactor he designed in Iron Man 2.
Yeah,
no. See, because I know what you're talking about here, and you're wrong. You're wrong for a variety of reasons. One, if you look at the Iron Man armor, that it's obvious that this is the one Tony is in. It looks a lot like the Extremis armor, which is built into his body. So that could be part of that. Also, when he's in the Sanctum Sanctorum, he has the phone that Captain America gave him at the end of Civil War.
Right.
So if this is from an earlier time, because I know what you're talking about. He's in the exact same clothes that he was in the Sanctum Sanctorum during that moment. And so why would he be in the exact same outfits in 2 different times?
Okay, he can stay in the same outfit, but his body will change if Thanos uses the Time Gem to
turning him back
to warp time.
Okay, but why would he do that?
We'll have to watch the fucking movie.
Why
that? What? First of all, he would have to have like a working knowledge of everything that has happened with Tony Stark up to this point to be like, I'm going to take him back to just before he died from the arc reactor.
You never know.
You know, like. How would he fucking know that?
Well, but the reason I'm saying that one of the articles that I actually have read was saying that was talking about that because that appears to be the arc reactor that like when Loki was going around and like he hit his chest, but he wasn't affected by the staff that had the gem in it.
I understand that. I'm just saying like. He has that same glowing centerpiece in the Sanctum Sanctorum with Captain America's phone, so I'm thinking it's just tied to the new armor.
If the Watchers worked for, because you ought to. The Watchers are in the universe.
We saw the Watchers,
and they do know everything about the Avengers on Earth.
Yeah.
They know everything. So if they worked for Thanos, which they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't. And even if Thanos beat one of them to death, probably still wouldn't.
What if Stan Lee's character was so like upset about the Watchers just blowing him off that he's like, all right, I'm gonna take my stories to Thanos.
Maybe. Wow, wouldn't that be crazy? He's like, oh, wow.
The whole pivot is on Stan Lee.
Turns out Stan Lee fucks the entire MC.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The death of Stan Lee causes the entire Marvel Universe to just collapse.
That would be so weird. And then the Fantastic Four show up. They're like, we're gonna do what we did in Secret Wars.
We need to talk about.
Oh, by the way,
Marvel
we
movies.
exist. That's the end of the movie.
That's why we need to talk
Like,
about the new 20 films.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about this?
Teenage Groot. Did you guys see him at the very end when Thor?
Yeah.
You can barely see him, but yeah, he's as tall as everybody else. And it is a different Groot than what we had before. Do you guys know that?
The first two...
It's a whole different Groot.
The first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies actually take place a couple years before most of the events that have been happening in the MCU. So by the time they meet up with Thor, they've got Teenage Groot and all this other crazy shit has been happening. Because in between... Guardians 1 and Guardians 2, there's been some time.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, I thought Guardians 1 and Guardians 2 in chronological order happened like
back to
back.
Basically.
I thought there was no time.
No, there's a
time.
little bit of time because they're known as the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Working for the Nova
doing
Corps.
some jobs.
Yeah.
Like it's obviously they've been around at least a few months.
Yeah. Something small.
Working shit. So they're not back to back. But they take place a few years before Infinity War.
My mind was blown when everybody was fighting over the fact that this Groot was the same Groot, and I kind of just figured it was in general. Never put much thought behind it. But James Gunn purposely went into detail with people on Twitter and everything, fighting for the fact that this is not the same Groot. It's totally different Groot because. Though he may be growing off of old cells, he's not going to take over the traits and everything. He's going to be a new Groot. It's going to be the same race, but as you can already tell, this Groot likes to dance. He's a little stupid, and our other Groot was a little stupid too, but he wasn't. He wasn't as youthful. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah. They do. The both of them have different personalities, so we're going to see an evolution of Baby Groot in our. In Infinity War.
Teen Groot now.
Yeah. Not just the fact that he's a teen, but it's going to be
I
some
just
more
find it fascinating people are so obsessed with that.
What, the Groot thing?
Yeah, I just wonder how
okay.
I didn't know that.
So we got Iron Man. Some people are going to die, whatever. But I got to get this Groot shit out of the way before I can ever watch her Infinity
I guess this happened around Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Everybody's trying
and
to figure it out.
That's sap on the floor, okay? It's sap.
Sap, bro.
I think that's all I really wanted to say about
Gonna have
movie.
some Kleenexes with sap on it.
I think the reason Thor... Jesus. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay.
Some sappy socks.
You heard it here first.
Teenage Groot.
Teenage Groot
Sap
masturbates saps.
Shoots out the sap.
He's shooting sap.
Molasses.
Yeah, God. Okay. Alright, I'm not even going to say the last thing I was going to say. This just doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and get to our next story. This requires a little bit of reading on my part. Kevin Feige, to Vanity Fair, was quoted recently for saying there are 20 more movies on the docket that are completely different from anything that's come before. He can also be quoted as saying 2 distinct periods, everything before Avengers 4 and everything after. So we know that we've got 17 movies that have come out. We've got ones that are about to come out, which are Black Panther. We know about Captain Marvel. We know about Avengers Infinity War. No, Venom's not part of this universe as far as we know.
He's not. I actually, when I went into this, I went and tried to find every character that Marvel has the rights to. That's how I went down to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we're going to speculate on what we think, right?
Well, yeah, because the article goes on with Bob Iger saying that they're looking for worlds that are completely separate geographically or in timeline, that they also have like 7,000 characters that they have the rights to. So, yeah, they have a lot of people.
That also means that that also includes their shared characters like Quicksilver.
Mm-hmm.
People like that, and also his sister. Yeah,
I don't think we're getting him back.
Yeah, definitely. But that also means like a lot of you got to look into what shared characters they have with other companies. But like I said, I went and tried to find a compiled list of all the characters that Marvel has the rights to, and you're not going to find one. So you got to keep up to date with, hey, Marvel just got this person article, so you find this one.
You really got to go off a little bit of guesstimation and shit too.
Like some of the more recent ones, like You Ought To and The Watchers, that's a shared right.
Really?
Yeah, that's shared. And
that's weird.
From the Fox deal that we've been talking about. Yeah. And I know it's still a little iffy, but I just read an article yesterday that bankers are working together now.
Yeah.
It's
I was going to bring that up afterwards, during this. Yeah, fine print stages. Yeah, they're like right there to deal. So what I thought would be fun for us to do is speculate on what these post-Avengers 4 movies could be. Now, we eliminate obvious possible sequels like Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I'm pretty sure that's going to be post-Avengers 4.
Yeah.
We've got Doctor Strange 2, which is a possibility. It did really well in the box office.
Black Panther might spur off some other people.
Well, Black Panther might get himself a sequel. But, so... removing these obvious ones, because we're not losing everyone after Avengers 4. We might still have a few people, like maybe Vision. We might still have Black Panther. We might still have Ant-Man. I'm pretty sure we're still going to have the Guardians.
I mean, we're going to have Spider-Man because he's got a movie coming out afterwards.
After Avengers 4?
Yeah.
I thought it was after
Infinity War.
Yeah. So, I'm not really counting that one, but yeah. But, okay. Fox Disney deal.
Yeah.
Here's the obvious ones. X-Men film. They start their own X-Men franchise. We established the X-Men, finally. Fantastic Four. Yes. Fantastic Four. Finally take another crack at it. If Marvel Studios can't do it, we just give up.
Since they're gonna get the rights to it soon anyways, that gives them a chance to work with now having them and tying it in with stuff like Spider-Man and a lot of the stuff that Fantastic Four had to do with.
Even if they don't want to do a standalone X-Men film, they could do a Wolverine film.
Yeah.
Do a singular Wolverine film to get him involved in Avengers 4, because that could always work.
Well, they also got rights to Blade not too long ago.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they could do a Blade movie.
Get a Blade movie going.
But, I don't really see it. But
I would see him more as a ground-level hero.
You're talking about a TV show?
I'm putting him on, the Netflix slate here.
That's also another thing I was going to say, with the Netflix show, you won't see Daredevil in the movies. Kevin Feige apparently had to tell Collider magazine, he had to be blunt about the fact that they do own Elektra, but they haven't used her yet, right?
She's in season 2.
Okay, so Elektra's out.
She's in season 2 and Defenders.
And they also have Ghost Rider. They own Ghost Rider, but he's on.
He's been on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. And then there's another one.
Good job with it too.
A random one I wanted to throw out was Skrulls. We haven't seen Skrulls yet.
We're getting Skrulls.
It is.
I was gonna bring. Are we getting Skrulls in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or is that gonna be in the movies?
We're getting Skrulls in Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So
cool.
here's. Okay.
Here's
the part.
Oh God. He's getting naked now.
He's getting prepared.
We're gonna go Skrulls in Captain Marvel. So that's gonna set up the entire line for Secret Invasion, which is gonna give us.
We need Fantastic Four for that.
I was gonna say
we could get a secret Avengers Secret Invasion movie.
I was gonna say that can lead us into Secret Avengers. That can lead us into Dark Avengers. That can lead us into Siege. That can lead us into World War Hulk.
Now,
we're not going to get World War Hulk.
Yeah, we are. Not, I don't think we're going to get World War Hulk.
You never will get a Hulk movie because that's part of the deal. They are never allowed to make a Hulk movie.
Yeah, I think where they've made progress with Sony, they're about to acquire Fox's stuff. Universal isn't making a peep. So I think Universal is still going to hold on for dear life.
Well, but then also we can get our Avengers versus X-Men.
But yeah, you can do World War Hulk in the background of all the other movies.
Yeah, now I don't think they're going to go in line with the exact comic events the way you're plotting them out. But I like where you're going with that. Though. Yeah,
they have a lot of possibilities. They're going to have the ability to go into because of what Marvel now has.
Yeah,
because for Dark Avengers, we have to have Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
And now that Marvel is sharing with Sony the Spider-Man universe,
Yeah.
we can get our Norman
They're
Osborn.
barely sharing though because like I guess villains is a whole nother discussion. Spider-Man, yes, they're fine with that. Like, yeah, they have him, but they're not going to be able to use Venom. Of course, they're making a Venom movie with who else? Is it Sony? Or?
Yeah, no, that's Sony. Yeah. That's all Sony.
Sony has
making
like
the villains movies.
Tons of the villains for Spider-Man, so we're gonna have to wait for some of that kind of stuff. But
like there are so many options.
I was saying, yeah, like whoever ends up
Norman
in
Osborn,
a Spider-Man movie is on the table.
And then there's people that they don't even know who owns who. Did you know that? Like,
really?
Submariner namer?
Submariner?
Oh, so yeah, my bad. Like, I guess they don't know who owns them. And I'm pretty sure Kevin Feige said, he's like, we're gonna, like, we own him. But I'm pretty sure they don't know. Yeah.
Because Namor is labeled as the first mutant.
But he's also an Atlantean.
Can't use me.
Yeah. So, like,
And they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait for Aquaman's cinema appearance to like kind of die down. I'm sure before they use him.
But that would be another great thing to set up.
That could be a good movie. Yeah. No, I had an idea because they said, and I quote, "worlds separate," like maybe branching dimensions, going into different universes.
Alternate
Spider-Gwen? Maybe. No. Actually, I wasn't really... I don't give a fuck about Spider-Gwen. I really don't. Like, I'm underwhelmed by that idea. Not that it would be terrible. It's just like, you got all this other way cooler stuff to do. But no, I'm thinking maybe X-Men is a separate universe. Maybe not so much that they they cross over with the established movies now, but that's maybe how they do an X-Men universe on their terms. They do an X-Men movie, but it turns out it's not happening in this Marvel cinematic universe.
It's not like,
And after they enlist, after Fantastic Four becomes a thing, they're always fucking with multiverses and stuff. That's how they can cross the two over, and then maybe we get that X-Men versus Avengers movie.
Oh, that would be rad,
yeah. So I thought that was a really cool way to do that, but you never know.
But all the cogs that are moving right now, it really looks like a lot of these stories are going to be falling into place. Like a lot of possibilities are happening.
So not so mainstream. Like who?
Oh yeah.
Who could you see like coming into these? Like not even like solo movies, but like characters coming into play in these 20 movies.
And Iron Man 3.
And how could they interact?
With
the established universe?
Oh. Yeah. Well, this is an obvious one, but not mainstream. In Iron Man 3, you see Ellen Brandt, who is Man-Thing's wife. So Man-Thing could happen. Yeah, and they have the rights to Man-Thing.
That would be fun.
They have him. So, and he could definitely impact the, like, I don't know.
With the MCU constantly, like, genre hopping, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp is kind of, what are they calling that one? A romantic comedy. Like, we're finally getting the romantic comedy of the MCU. That would be a great horror film.
Yeah.
For the MCU.
That reminds me, though, did you guys ever, it came out in, like, September, I think, but did you guys see the Ant-Man Wasp production teaser for Coca-Cola?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Ant-Man sneaks into Bruce Banner's office, and you can barely see his silhouette. You don't see either of the actors, but you do hear Paul Rudd's voice.
I do remember seeing
that. And he takes a Coke. He's like, sorry, Bruce, and he jumps out Bruce's window, and then the Hulk comes busting out of the building, and the CGI and everything. It was pretty good. It's like movie quality.
Damn.
Yeah, and he chases down Ant-Man, and eventually gets the Coke from him, but he can't open it, and Ant-Man has to open it for him. And that's and then at the end of it, it shows two little director's chairs with Ant-Man and Wasp, but they're really tiny.
So what you're saying is Ant-Man and Hulk team-up movie sponsored by Coca-Cola.
It's a buddy comedy film.
Yeah. And they're all going to be drinking Cokes like left and right. It's going to be great.
Man-Thing could totally work. I had trouble in this one. I really did. First thing I thought Moon Knight, and then I was like, if anything, that would be a Netflix. I really don't see
breaching that very close.
I really don't feel like that would be a big, full-on display.
Just like Blade and Ghost Rider.
I'm not even anymore. I'm not even thinking like who can get their own film or anything like that. I'm starting to think like,
well, you're gonna need those to fill out the big things.
Do you remember Maestro?
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see something with him.
Isn't that tied into World War Hulk?
It's Maestro's tied into a lot.
Yeah.
Like he's, if I remember right, Maestro is Hulk, like the Hulk we know.
Yeah.
Old. He's never reverted back. Like he can't.
Mm-hmm.
And he's old. He's wise, and he's in charge of a lot of shit.
Maybe, but I don't. I don't see that plugging into
that would be really
anything
awesome,
post Avengers 4. It would be cool. I want to see it, but I just don't understand how it would like come about yet.
Now, do you think we're gonna get an Adam Warlock movie with all this?
I think so.
Yeah, with Adam at the end of Guardians 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam Warlock was revealed at the end.
Which is going to have a big part in Infinity War, right?
I think he's going to show up in Infinity War and play a huge part in Avengers 4.
Yeah, and I like if he is in Infinity War and we haven't seen him at all, like it's probably going to be some dramatic stuff, you know?
It's going to be I'm saying, last 10 minutes of the movie.
Right.
Like,
finally,
he shows up.
That's how they get away from Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Thanos is literally about to just crush them all.
Like how Tony Stark sees them all, like, dead in Ultron.
Adam Warlock shows up, like, manages to beat Thanos back for a second, rescue them, and the movie ends.
That would be cool.
That means like the Avengers would be like in the rescued custody of like the Sovereign, right? Is that what they're called? Sovereign. Yeah. Yeah, which would like breach them, take them out into the galaxy more. Be great.
Yeah.
What do you think? Well, I'll think on mine some more. I'd
like to see a Nova movie.
I
feel like
that's what I keep
he's
reading.
A character. He's
I feel like the outfit and everything would be awesome, reimagined cinematic wise, and bringing a story together would kind of like give us like kind of a Captain America feel. Like I like the way they did Captain America.
Yeah,
and I just feel like it would represent a lot of the same.
There's another big storyline that they can bring into play, and that's the War of Kings, and that's all that is all cosmic. Like, it's very Nova based. It brings in, like, Ronan the Accuser, which I'm sure they'd be able to bring him around with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Maybe.
It brings Thanos. It brings a lot of the... it ties into the Celestial.
Just remember, we're talking post-Avengers 4. So we're assuming Thanos is defeated. He does not have the Infinity Gauntlet anymore.
Like that's the thing. Like, the War of Kings, like, Annihilation, all that, that's all, post all
the way
that.
you worded that, it made me think that you were talking, like, they use Thanos.
Like, one of the things I see happening during, like, either Infinity War or Avengers 4 is Thanos is going to bring a shit ton of villains back to life. Or, like, into play somehow.
He doesn't really need to.
Have
you ever read Infinity Gauntlet?
That's why I was going through the 7,000 characters.
You say it out loud. You say it out loud so they can hear you.
Fuck no, I haven't read it.
Yeah, he does not need an army of anything.
I haven't read it either, but I've read, I think I watched a couple videos. Haven't got a hold of the books yet.
You guys, I have it. You can read it. But, he punks the fucking Avengers like they're nothing. Plays around with... Who was it? He puts a bubble around Captain America's head, I want to say. He crushes Spider-Man's skull with a rock, just nothing. Yeah, like... He fucks him up, like, bad. He doesn't need an army of villains to help him out. If anything, he would find that pathetic.
They've got access to 7,000 characters. I don't see him trying to bring people back.
Yeah.
I think they're going to try to progress. That's what...
I hope they bring out Lady Death.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the whole reason he acquires the Infinity Gauntlet is because he needs it. Because Lady Death asked him to kill half the universe.
Yeah.
And so he acquires the Infinity Gauntlet, kills half the universe, and she still won't love him. And so all of his efforts are just in service to trying to gain her love.
It's like the kind of like small driving factor that nobody in the universe knows about. But like, because he's so powerful and everything. It's like,
he's in love with death so much so he killed his mother the day he was born. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I thought maybe a She-Hulk movie.
Maybe.
Red Hulk.
I think Red Hulk's part of that Hulk deal. No movies.
I don't think they have
is,
She-Hulk though.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
But think about it. General Ross, who becomes the Red Hulk, he is part of the MCU.
Yeah, but I think it's another one of those.
He could be a background
from Universal situations.
He could act just as much as the Hulk already does in the movie.
She-Hulk could be the culmination of this.
But they can't have their standalone movies.
Yeah, She-Hulk could be the culmination of this 3-act Hulk story that they're trying to play out that started in this. And then so after Avengers Infinity War, she carries on the Hulk title.
That way Hulk still remains like a co-star of the movie, but it's basically going to be a whole Hulk movie. Like,
and we're seeing more resurgence in female.
That would work. That was going to make me say, like,
protagonists.
What do you think about bringing in Jane Foster's Thor?
Well, we would have to bring back Natalie Portman. Now, if she were playing Thor, I think that might intrigue her because she has shown no interest in really coming back at all post Thor 2.
Right.
But well, that's why they broke up off screen. That's why she's not in Civil War,
but they just keep referencing her.
Or Avengers 2 is what I'm thinking of.
Remember
they talk
Jane
about
Foster?
her in Avengers 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if she were offered the role of Thor, maybe. But in order to do Lady Thor, you'd have to really bring her in. It wouldn't be the first time the MCU has recast, but those were the early days. They're real picky about that shit now.
Yeah.
Well, also, like, when you go back to some of those quotes, it's going to be in ways no one will expect. So and at the same time, we're going to get a loss of major characters. Say we lose Thor, but we gain Lady Thor.
Yeah.
It's an idea.
It's potential, and I don't think it's impossible, especially if they can get Natalie Portman involved.
I don't think they would get rid of Chris Hemsworth, though. He's a great actor.
Oh, no, I think they totally would. The Thor movies have underperformed across the board. Thor Ragnarok is probably the best one.
Yeah,
and it's still not, like, breaking the bank. The way a lot of the films have. So I could definitely see Thor taking a background, being replaced or taking a step back or something. But I would put my money on a She-Hulk film with Captain Marvel coming up. Captain Marvel getting her own in it would be a sequel, but like being established in the Marvel universe in this timeline. I can see her coming out because we're seeing more push for women in superhero roles.
Yeah, that's why we are needing some of that kind of stuff.
There are plenty of them. There are more than enough to use. So, anything else, you guys have anything?
Not pertaining Avengers Infinity War. No. I do have like 2 little things that I wanted to mention to you guys.
Okay, all right.
You guys know about the recasting for Batman, right?
Yeah.
Like they're looking. But the one I've seen the most and the one that I would really like is John Hamm. They're saying I've seen John Hamm a lot.
They said, well, John Hamm has been a fan casting for a while, and then there was a recent thing where apparently John Hamm wants the part. But
that would be cool.
I'm gonna cut us off on this topic because we are gonna do a full-on Batfleck episode after the new year.
Oh, right on.
I'm planning a Batfleck episode.
And then the only other thing I had was did you guys see not the latest Deadpool teaser? Because there's another one that I have not watched yet, but the second one. We've all seen the first one, of course. Our show revolves around it.
Where they give up where they're giving out tattoos.
No, that is the third one now.
That's the third one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since we bank our phone booth news off of these teasers, basically, I would like to talk about the second one, and it was Deadpool doing the Bob Ross video.
Oh yeah, we talked about that last episode.
Oh okay, yeah. I just saw it and it was great.
Yeah, if you'd have been here,
yeah.
See what happens when you mess up. Ooh, what about Deadpool? If Disney acquires Fox, what's gonna happen to Deadpool? Because I don't see this version of Deadpool, as extreme as he is, being a part of the MCU. But I also don't see them just letting that character go because he's so popular. They can make so much money off of them. So do they keep the Deadpool franchise going as a separate universe, or do they bring him into the MCU? I think
they will, because as popular as Deadpool is, as well as he has done, he's proved himself to be a moneymaker for the movie.
He's marketable as shit, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I see them continuing with that. I see them continuing the R rating.
Mm-hmm.
Even though now we're talking Disney, but still, look at Netflix.
They keep his franchise going, like just in his own separate universe, but he makes small, subtle crossovers every now and again in maybe like an Avengers movie or like a future.
He pops up.
Yeah, he just pops up.
He's not doing anything.
Yeah, he's not affecting the plot.
He's getting a hot dog from the hot dog vendor.
Yeah.
Like
maybe like spills a soda on himself. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, like okay, every PG-13 movie is entitled to one use of the word fuck.
Yeah.
So
that could be
from that
character.
Like from that point out, every PG-13 Marvel Disney movie will have an appearance by Deadpool somewhere, and like. Okay, my example. He's at a hot dog vendor. He's going to put mustard on his hot dog, and the lid pops off, and he gets mustard all over his suit and everything. He's like, fuck, I just had this dry cleaned.
Right. That's like totally Deadpool.
I just had another thought about potential future movies.
Okay.
What about next-gen characters? We've been getting all sorts of next-gen characters, like Miss Marvel, who is, what was her name, Kamala Khan?
Oh, yeah.
Then we got Amadeus Cho. I don't think Universal has that one.
No, Marvel does.
Marvel
has Amadeus Cho.
Owns that, so it's not impossible for Marvel.
So we could get our totally awesome Hulk.
Maybe scrap my She-Hulk idea. Maybe this 3-act thing with the Hulk leads into Amadeus Cho, who takes over as the Hulk, and then MCU can do their own Hulk movie.
I mean, they're again, like Miles Morales is established in this universe now.
Yeah, kind of. He's.
I think they said something about exploring some of that eventually.
Well, they've got the Into Spider-Verse that I was talking about in Phone Booth News. That's Miles Morales.
Well,
Spider-Man.
Not movie. Even just that. He is actually he became established in Homecoming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
I think they are
as that. Like he was brought up as like he's a kid.
He was referenced.
Yeah, and the way he's brought up, he's a kid. He's not Spider-Man right now.
Yeah, so. Like he's maybe preteen.
Maybe gives
as old as Tom Holland.
No, I think he's younger. The way that his uncle references him. But maybe give the MCU another 10 years with my. So who knows? But if nobody else has anything else.
That's about all the news bits I got.
I got one more bit of news, and
you got bits.
I'm gonna take us down from this high note and get real.
Oh yeah.
Shit. So this weekend, comics icon Brian Michael Bendis revealed on Twitter that on the 2nd of this month, he woke up in intensive care after succumbing to an MRSA infection, which, if you're not familiar, is a staph infection that's tougher to treat due to its resistance to commonly used antibiotics. Bendis said that he almost died on Monday, and he was blinded for 4 days. Replying on the matter, his wife literally saved his life. Bendis also went on to say that recovery might take months, and we wish him the best for sure.
Absolutely.
His family's been by his side.
Even
friends from the industry, friends outside of the industry.
Who was it? Joe Quesada spent 2 days by his bed.
Yep. And it sucks for the fans in the way that he was just coming to DC. If you remember us talking about that a couple episodes ago, he was with Marvel for 18 years, going to DC. So what I hope happens out of this, above all else, that he gets better, good recovery and all that. But I hope DC plays it cool and is we can wait.
They've already he had a 4 or 5 like comment strand on Twitter where he made this announcement. And one of them was that both
I only saw the 2.
Both Marvel and DC have stated that he can work at his own pace and as he needs to or whatever.
Good.
They're being very
because
cool
we weren't really clear what the deal was. Like, we knew he was going to finish out on the books he was doing with Marvel, and then we didn't know what was coming to DC. Like, if this was going to be like bigger picture Rebirth stuff, or if he was just going to do his own thing. So I'm really glad to see that the companies are playing it cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know like Icon doesn't do it. I don't feel like we're in legend status with this guy yet, but he's gonna be there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, this is
inspirational.
Some of the biggest stories in Marvel history.
Well, he created Jessica Jones. We were just talking about her new trailer earlier today. That's his Twitter icon, is the Jessica Jones season 2 banner. He created Jessica Jones. He's created a lot of people in the Marvel universe, and I'm sure he's going to do great things with DC as soon as he comes back. But we wish you the best, Michael. You'll never hear this. I don't even know if you go by Michael. That's presumptuous. It's very presumptuous.
Old Mike.
Old B-My.
B-Mike.
Old B-My. We do. We wish you the best. We love your stuff. We can't wait to read more from you. And, I don't know where to go from that. Like, it just sucks.
Yeah, we try to have a semi-Christmas episode, but what can you do, when people are getting hurt?
Yeah, well, I mean, it does, he's making his recovery. Like you said, it's going to take months, but he is going to recover. He's got an army of people behind him. So if you want to take the Christmas spirit out of this story, it's that
hope.
Hope and family are a part of this man's world.
Definitely.
There you go.
Hope he's in time for
I don't know if that's inappropriate or not, but
it'll be a Christmas miracle.
Well, he's survived. Like, he's not dead.
He was blind for 4 days, and now he's not.
Jesus.
That's pretty amazing.
That's the Christmas miracle. Not going to be. It happened. All right, guys. Look for our Star Wars The Last Jedi review episode next week on the 18th. We're going to be taking a bit of a break, a few weeks. You're going to get more content, but we're not going to be recording. We're pre-recording everything. Our Christmas Commoners commentary for the Santa Claus is coming on the 23rd. Then we'll return on the 1st of the new year with a special serious ship for you all. Then resume our normal bi-weekly schedule.
Yeah.
Anyways, I wrote a bunch of stuff here. We're going to tell you about our New Year's resolutions in that episode. As always, guys, comment on any of the subjects we covered in this episode. Follow us on our various different social medias. My name is Vincent Herman, Vin the Human.
I am James Odle, Alpha Spectre.
Travis Herman, Dr. T. Neal.
And play that Yuletide outro music.